Rams start the season 3-1 after a 17-13 victory over the Arizona Cardinals. Who would have thought it after that shutout game to start the season with the Los Angeles Times? Matt Wilhelm, Lindsay Theory, Sam Farmer, Gary Klein, and Mike DiGiovanna. Sam, I know you certainly didn't expect 3-1 either.
Absolutely not, especially after the way they started in San Francisco and to come out like this. And Case Keenum, 6-2 in his last 8 starts dating the last season. Really remarkable.
Got to give credit where credit's due before the game, Matt. You were the only one to predict a Rams victory.
Yes, that's correct. I grew up in Arizona as a Cardinals fan, so it pained me to do, but you just could see this one coming. After the blowout loss to Buffalo, they just don't look totally in sync so far this season, and I just think that, the Rams, they just played better. They made plays when they had to, and that's what happens.
Gary, the University of Phoenix Stadium started emptying out with 2 minutes to play, but what do you know? It actually came down to the final drive, something we've learned a lot about in the recent weeks in the NFL. That's what it usually does come down to.
Yeah, but this was different than the last couple Rams games. I mean, they threw up a Hail Mary pass with their backup quarterback, but to me, the Rams had this game in hand. I mean, something crazy could have happened, but I think the defense, 5 turnovers, they really shut them down. Mark Barron with another interception, Tremaine Johnson with one. Defense wrote it today.
Brian Quick, 2 touchdown receptions. If you told us during training camp he would have been the man to have 3 touchdowns already this season, it absolutely wouldn't have been believable. Mike, Brian Quick, what do you think? Jeff Fisher said he is doing a good job, that he had a good week at practice, but do you think that he expected this performance out of the receiver?
No, and those were his only 2 catches today were both for touchdowns. This is a guy who was much maligned in training camp, dropping passes, really was in danger of losing his job if not for a couple of injuries, and he had the big catch at Tampa Bay last weekend, and I think what you saw today is that his athleticism, his basketball jumping ability, out-jumped 2 guys in that first touchdown and made another leaping catch in the 4th quarter for the game winner. So a huge game for him.
There was a lot of concern about the Rams and a 7-9 possibility. Not in the city of Los Angeles, Sam. They couldn't have that. Now a 3-1 start. They return to the Coliseum to face the Bills. How big is this just for the entire city?
It's big for the whole city, and it's big because it's against the red-hot Bills that are coming off wins over Arizona. And today they won at New England. So that's going to be a real challenge. But the Rams are in a great position coming home against a team that has to travel all the way across the country. I will say, on the winning touchdown, they had the wrong personnel package out on the field. And Case Keenum made the adjustments. We sort of mockingly say that he's a game manager, but he managed it the right way and was able to get the ball off, get the snap off before the clock expired.
Gary, if there's one thing to be concerned about for the Rams as they go back to LA, it has to be that Todd Gurley still hasn't really gotten involved, just more than 30 yards and 19 carries tonight. And you can tell after the game he's still a bit frustrated, although he says he's just happy his team's winning.
Yeah, he said, as long as I'm winning, he's happy.
Yeah.
And I think that's real. I mean, this team is rolling. No one expected them to be there. He contributed tonight with some pass receptions. He had a big 3rd down reception that set up the winning touchdown. But for the Rams to really be a contender, I mean, they're in contention now, but for them to really be a contender, they need him to start producing.
Gary, a real contender. They're 3-1, first place in the NFC West with victories over the Cardinals and the Seahawks. We're out of here from Phoenix with Mike, Gary, and Sam, and Matt, all of us, huh? I'm Lindsay for the Los Angeles Times.